All right, guys. It is me, 80 sorts of guys. We'll be talking to you guys about Honduras 1, USA 4. What a victory this is for the U.S. men's national team. And guys, this is another match where a lot of emotions were running through my head, man. And for me, guys, this was a game in which the USA had to have won. This is a game that USA couldn't afford a draw, a defeat, certainly not. And there was a lot of pressure on Gregg Berhalter. He put out his starting 11, and it was a very strange starting 11. We saw Tyler Adams play as a right back, who didn't really have a great game in the right back position. We saw John Brooks not having a great game. We saw Sands not having a really good game. We saw Bello didn't really have a good game. Sargent had a pretty poor game. All in all, guys, it was not a very good performance that first half. That first half from the USA was absolutely diabolical. It was garbage, guys. It was atrocious. And when Honduras scored, guys, it was very much deserved. It was a really good header into the box, a really good cross into the box from Rodriguez to Moya, and it's 1-0. It's 1-0 to them. Now, obviously, there were other big moments in the game. I'll get to those a little later, but I just want to talk to you guys. So I think the first half, let's just look in the first half. So, yeah, Bello had that chance. I wrote down some notes. Honduras had a free kick. Honduras actually nearly opened the scoring. And then Bello did a really good defensive play there. Honduras player went down from the box. I think one of the Honduras goalkeepers hurt their own players. And then Moya had that chance with the Pulisic header. And then Pepi was so close. Pepi had a really good chance. And then Honduras scored. And then Honduras almost scored again. And then Pepi committed a foul. And then a penalty claim was in the box and no penalty was given. Obviously, there's no VAR or goal line technology here. And at halftime here, I'm thinking to myself, Gregg Berhalter, you got to get this team to work. Because I know it's reactionary to say this, but I'm going to say it right now. I believe Gregg Berhalter should still be sacked, even with this win. And I know many people will say, you can't really say this kind of stuff because he won 2 trophies this summer. And he just won 4-1 away against Honduras, and a nation that we don't really do well against away from home in the past 2 games. Which is true. That is very fair to say. And I'm still adamant with that. It's just that for me, Gregg Berhalter, in my opinion, cannot get the best out of the players. And I'm telling you this right now, guys. If we're going 1-0 down against, let's say, a Brazil at halftime, we ain't coming back into the game. We're not coming back. We're not coming back. Let's be all realistic here, right? Against the best opposition in the world, let's say Italy, all right? Argentina. If we go 1-0 down, we are not coming back. We are not scoring 4 in the second half. The reason why we scored 4 in the second half is because Honduras deflated. They lost their fatigue, they lost their stamina, and the USA were able to exploit that. Whereas against the Brazil, Argentina, we know they're going to have more squad depth than Honduras. So I'm still very adamant that I don't think Berhalter can get the best out of these players. I really don't think he can. And for me, guys, this is the best USA team we have seen in a very long time. A very long time. This is a young crop of talented players. And for Gregg Berhalter in particular, you need to start getting the results, guys. You need to start getting the results. And I don't know why in the earth he tried Tyler Adams at right back. Why didn't he not start Aronson this game? Why did he continue with Sargent? We saw how poor Sargent was in the game. Sargent just cannot. I'm done with Sargent, guys. I'm done with Sargent. I'm kind of giving up on him. I don't want to see him anymore for this team. I'm done with him. Why did Aronson not start? Why did you not start DeAndre Yedlin? Why did you not do these kind of things? It's almost as if Gregg Berhalter tried this lineup and tried to do an experiment rather than actually trying to get the win. For me, he was just trying to see if this would work rather than actually knowing this. Because for me, I don't think he knows. I understand that we have some players injured. Obviously, I understand Serginho Dest is out injured, obviously, which is fair enough. But why not play DeAndre Yedlin? I know Yedlin did not have a great game against Canada. I know he was very poor against Alphonso Davies. But even still, Honduras don't have any players like Alphonso Davies in this team. They don't have any of those kind of players that kind of have that price. So I don't understand why he didn't do that. And why didn't he start with Robinson as well? I think Robinson, for me, he's cemented himself as the best left back we have available. And so I don't know, man. It's just these weird decisions by Gregg Berhalter isn't good enough. And I know that we won the game, and obviously I'm very much aware of that. But if we are really serious about getting the best out of this U.S. men's national team, Gregg Berhalter cannot be the manager. Because I'm telling you this right now, guys. Even with Gregg Berhalter, we'll probably still make the World Cup. We'll probably still make it. But if we are really serious about making the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and really making that push and that oomph, Gregg Berhalter cannot be it. I'm telling you this right now, guys. Against the best of the best guys, he'll be caught up on, will be exposed, and we're not going to do anything there. You know, because I'm telling you this right now, guys. For me, the World Cup, qualifying to the World Cup shouldn't be our standard. We should do more than just qualify. We should get to the round of 16. We should get to the quarterfinals. We should have that kind of standard. Qualifying to the World Cup shouldn't just be good enough for us, because we're much better than that. We're much better than that, you know. But anyways, I'm getting a little off tangent with the whole Berhalter thing, but I just wanted to give you guys my spiel on that subject, because for me, guys, I'm still Berhalter out, regardless of his result. And those decisions he made today I've lost faith in him, and I believe those 2 trophies that we won this summer are more just down to the team and more of the luck we had. Because remember, guys, most of those tournaments we won, we didn't really outplay the opposition. It's just that we were defensively strong and we were good, and that we were great. We were able to find ways to get that goal. You know, because I'm telling you this right now, guys, we didn't really outplay many teams in the competition. The only real nation we outplayed was Martinique, and it's Martinique for Christ's sake, you know. So, you know, obviously, as I said before, guys, I feel like for most of the Gold Cup and the Nations League, we were either balanced or they outplayed us. We didn't outplay them for that much, you know. And Honduras outplayed us for the first half. You know, in the second half, Gregg Berhalter made a lot of changes. He brought in Aronson, he brought in Leggett, he brought Robinson, he took out Brooks, took out Bello, and took out Sargent. Let me give you guys my whole opinion on these changes. I think for me, I can understand him taking off Sargent. I don't know. I think Sargent makes sense. I can understand him taking off Bello as well. I think that was another good change there. Let me see. So yeah, I think that was another good change, and I can understand why he brought off John Brooks. But at the same time, I think for me, yeah, Brooks didn't have a great game, but I would have still have kept Brooks on, and I would have kept. I think Bello, Sargent. I'm okay with those players coming off. You know. For me, Leggett had a pretty solid game. He definitely changed the game for us. And it's interesting, right, that when Gregg Berhalter actually made these changes, all 3 of these changes actually scored a goal. All right? All 3 of these changes scored a goal. And soon after, USA immediately equalized through Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic put a great cross, great pass, make through ball to to Pepi, and Pepi puts it in for the cross it into the box for Robinson to finish, and it's 1-1. And at this point, I'm like, yes, we got that goal. We're back in the game. Gets game on right now, right? Because I'm telling you this right now, guys. 1-1 changes the whole thing, but it's still not over yet. Because as I said before, guys, 1-1 is still not good. We would still have 3 points. And then afterwards, guys, it was a very, very long. And basically what happened was that Honduras started to play really, really well. Christian Pulisic started to get into the game, and I don't know why. This always happens, guys. When Christian Pulisic always plays well and he's like starting to get some good form, he always gets injured at the end of the period, which is so, so sad. And once again, guys, he got injured. He is our captain after all, and came on Christian Roldan. In my opinion, this was a disgrace. I don't know why in the earth Gregg Berhalter didn't put Connor De La Fuente. I feel super bad for him. This guy is literally playing for Marseille. He's been balling for Marseille. And you're putting Christian Roldan? This is the guy that plays the MLS. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. This change to me makes no sense, right? And so I was very shocked when he made that change, you know. And obviously Honduras had another opportunity to score. Pulisic had the chance to be saved. And I'm like, oh, man. You know, and you saw that Brian Acosta came on. And at that point, when I saw Brian Acosta coming on, I knew that we'd either barely sneak the win or we would win one. It would stay 1-1, right? And then came on DeAndre Yedlin for James Sand, who had a pretty terrible game. That should be said. And then Turner had a really good save there to make after Pulisic got injured. Acosta and Adams had a shot. Sands went out, and then Pepi scores. It's a really great cross into the box from DeAndre Yedlin. Pepi rises highest to get the header, and Pepi scores on his debut, guys. Pepi scores on his debut. And at this point, I'm like, yes, we're leading this game. 2-1 up, guys. 2-1 up. And at this point, we are finally starting to outplay Honduras here. Finally starting to outplay. We're starting to get some momentum. And sooner after, Honduras deflated. And so basically what happened was that a bad tackle into the basically interception from Ricardo Pepi. Pepi gets interception, passes it on to Aronson, and Aronson makes it 3-1, scores in back-to-back games. And I knew at this point the game was over. Leggett had an opportunity in the end. He scored the rebound goal following from Pepi effort, and it ends 4-1, guys. So, as I said before, guys, I'm telling you this right now, guys. Honduras, for me, if they didn't run out of fatigue or stamina, I think this game probably ends 1-1. or either 2. This game probably ends 1-1. Okay? And so let's not act like this is like it. Like this is a great result. Of course it is a great result. But let's not act like as if like Honduras didn't play well, because they did. I mean, you look at the stats right here, guys. They had better passes. They actually created more passes. They actually had more pass accuracy. They committed less fouls. They actually they had less corners. They actually had more shots than us. The reason why US were able to win is because of their squad. The squad of the US is so much better and bigger than theirs. Whereas Honduras, on their hand, their squad doesn't have enough quality to compete with the US. So, all in all, guys, it's a huge 3 points in the World Cup qualifiers. 5 points from 3 games isn't exactly the best, but I will take it, guys. I'll take 5 points any day. Preferably, I would have liked to have got 7. 7 for me would have been the best start for us, but 5 is still fine. And you can see right here in the table right here that Mexico is currently first in the table with 7 points. Canada is second with 5 points. Third is us with 5 points. I believe Canada is leading the second right now because of alphabet, I believe. Fourth right now is Panama with 5 points. Remember, guys, they've actually scored less goals than us, so that's why we're third. Costa Rica is fifth right now with 2 points. Honduras is sixth right now with 2 points. El Salvador is seventh with 2 points, and eighth is Jamaica with 1 point. So perhaps the biggest shock right now is Jamaica so far. And maybe Panama as well. That's another big shot. But as I said before, guys, huge 3 points indeed, guys. Ricardo Pepi, man of the match indeed. 1 goal and 2 assists. Amazing stuff indeed, guys. And we'll see what happens, So let's go look at the preview. The USA's fixtures coming up in October, guys. Let's just look at those briefly, guys. So USA, they play Jamaica at home on October 7th. They play Panama away October 10th, and Costa Rica at home October 13th. So yeah, we should be looking to 7 to 9 points in the next window, guys. We should be able to win our games against Jamaica, Costa Rica. As for Panama, I don't know. That one could go either way, but we should be able to pick up 7 points at least in the next window. So hopefully we can do so. I want you guys to comment down below what you guys think of the match, guys. Are you Berhalter out or Berhalter in? And also, I want you guys to look. I also make sure you guys check out the description below for my Twitter, Discord, and my Twitch, and my email. And I'll see you guys later. Remember, guys, comment, subscribe as well. Peace out.